Very often, people's spontaneous reaction to weight loss being starting a strict regimented diet or pushing yourself beyond your physical limit exercising. But there is something that we tend to overlook which results in all our efforts exercising and dieting goes in vain. It is the lack of sleep. It is true being short on sleep can really affect your weight. While you weren't sleeping, your body cook up a perfect recipe for weight gain. So in this video, I'll show you 5 ways sleep can help you lose weight and what can you do to improve the quality and quantity of your sleep. And for more tips and content on health, weight loss and longevity, consider subscribing for this channel where I make videos every week. Many people aren't getting enough sleep. That's a fact. About 30% of adults are sleeping fewer than 6 hours most nights, according to a study of US adults. Interestingly, mounting evidence shows that sleep may be the missing factor for many people who are struggling to lose weight. Poor sleep has repeatedly been linked to higher body mass index and weight gain. People's sleep requirements vary, but generally speaking, research has observed changes in weight when people get fewer than 7 hours of sleep a night. A major review found that short sleep duration increased the likelihood of obesity by a staggering 55% in adults. Another study followed about 60,000 non-obese nurses for 16 years. At the end of the study, the nurses who slept 5 or fewer hours per night were 15% more likely to be obese than those who slept at least 7 hours a night. Poor sleep isn't the only factor in weight gain. Of course, there are several, including your genetics, your diet, your exercise habits, your stress, and your health conditions. But the evidence is overwhelming. When sleep goes down, weight goes up. People who are sleep deprived will be having an increased appetite the morning after. I'm sure all of you can relate to this. This is likely caused by the impact of sleep on 2 important hormones, ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin, or more commonly known as the hunger hormone, is released in the stomach to signal hunger to the brain. Levels are high before you eat, which is when the stomach is empty, and low after you eat. Leptin, however, has the reverse function of ghrelin because it suppresses hunger and signals fullness in the brain. When you do not get adequate sleep, the body makes more ghrelin and less leptin, leaving you hungry and increasing your appetite. A study of over 1,000 people found that those who slept for short duration had 14.9% higher ghrelin levels and 50% lower leptin level than those who get adequate sleep. The short sleepers also had higher BMIs, and the hormone cortisol, or the stress hormone, is higher when you do not get adequate sleep. Lack of sleep can actually alter the way your brain works. This may make it harder to make healthy choices and resist tempting food. So it's a little like being drunk, really. You don't have the mental clarity to make good choices. It changes what food you're most interested in eating, creating more intense craving for fat and sugar-laden food. The reason why this is happening is because sleep deprivation dulls the activity in the frontal lobe of the brain. The frontal lobe is in charge of decision making and self-control. When you're overtired, your brain's reward center in the frontal lobe revs up, looking for something that feels good. So while you might be able to squash comfort food cravings when you are rested, your sleep-deprived brain may have trouble doing so. Therefore, after a night of poor sleep, not only that bowl of ice cream is more rewarding, but you're likely having a harder time practicing self-control. A lack of sleep can cause daytime fatigue, making you less likely and less motivated to exercise. In addition, you are more likely to get tired earlier during physical activity. A study done on 50 men found that when participants were sleep deprived, the amount and intensity of their physical activity decreased. The good news is that getting more sleep may help improve your athletic performance. In one study, college basketball players were asked to spend 10 hours in bed each night for 5 to 7 weeks. They become faster, their reaction time improved, their accuracy increased, and their fatigue levels decreased. Insulin is a hormone that moves sugar from the bloodstream into your body cells to be used as energy. But when cells become insulin resistant, more sugar remains in the bloodstream and the body produces more insulin to compensate. The excess insulin makes you hungry and allows the body to store more calories as fat, often as the harmful visceral fat that is stored in your belly. Why do we need to be concerned with insulin resistance? Because it is the precursor to both type 2 diabetes and weight gain. In one study, 11 men were allowed only 4 hours of sleep for 6 nights, and after this, their body's ability to lower blood sugar level decreased by 40%, which suggests that only a few nights of poor sleep can cause cells to become insulin resistant. So, how do we tackle sleeplessness and insomnia that is so prevalent in our society today? Given the hyperconnectivity we experience, particularly when all your screens, TV screens, computer screens, tablets, smartphones, lure you into staying up just a little longer. Not only that, these devices emit something called blue lights that can alter your sleep-wake cycle. It is not that blue light is intrinsically bad, the sun emits blue light as well, which makes you more alert and energetic. But it does become a problem when we receive blue lights from artificial sources at night because of the same reason. It increases our alertness and messes up with our body's ability to prepare for sleep because it blocks a hormone called melatonin that makes you sleepy. So absolutely stay off from your computers, cell phones and TVs at least an hour before you hit the sack. Think relaxation and release rather than work or entertainment. Create a bedtime ritual. It's not the time to tackle big issues. Instead, take a warm bath, meditate, or read. Stick to a schedule, waking up and retiring at the same times every day, even on weekends. Watch what and when you eat. Avoid eating heavy meals and alcohol close to bedtime, which may cause heartburn and make it hard to fall asleep. And steer clear of soda, tea, coffee, and chocolate after 2 pm. Caffeine can stay in your system for 5 to 6 hours. Turn out the lights. Darkness cues your body to release the natural sleep hormone melatonin, while light suppress it. And finally, you can try consuming natural sleep supplement like research, which I've linked in the description below. It has absolutely worked for me in fixing my sleep and getting rid of my belly fat, so I don't see why it will work for you. Remember, when you're sleep deprived, you're not just facing any of these issues, you're more than likely grappling with all of them. Think about that the next time you're tempted to shortchange your sleep because something else seems more important.